For 23 years, a brutal murder inside a quiet Maryland home had no killer, no answers, just a family frozen in time. Then one discarded water bottle shattered everything. The man responsible wasn't a stranger hiding in the shadows. He had once sat at the victim's table, dated her daughter, and walked away unnoticed for decades. This is a chilling true story of how a cold case stayed buried for over 2 decades, and how modern DNA finally exposed a killer who thought he'd gotten away with murder. But the most disturbing part of this case didn't happen in 2001, and it didn't happen in the courtroom. It happened when detectives finally sat across from him, closed the door, and turned on the recorder. Because once the questions started, his calm began to crack, and what he said next would expose everything. That interrogation starts now.
Do you recall back in 2001, Leslie Preer?
Yes, that she was murdered, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that's the case that we are investigating. You went to BCC with her daughter at the time?
Correct.
Is that correct? Okay, and what was your relationship with Lauren, the daughter?
We had dated.
Okay, and when did you guys date? Do you remember years?
Exact dates, I'm not entirely sure.
Were you in high school, or was it after high school?
Yeah, it was high school. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe like 1994 to 1997 or something around there.
Okay. And from your dates of birth, I can see you're a little bit younger than Lauren. So was she already graduated from high school, or were you guys both still in high school when you guys were dating?
We were both in high school. She had finished high school, and I believe we had dated for a few months while she was in college, but that was it.
Okay. So back then, when you guys were dating, where did you live?
I lived in with my mother in Rockville.
Okay. Do you remember the address or what street or anything?
I wish I did. I don't.
Okay. And you said you lived with your mother. Were your parents separated?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did your dad live?
He lived in Chevy Chase, and yeah.
Do you know the street or
neighborhood?
or
Brookside Drive.
Brookside Drive. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you and Lauren had dated well before her mother was killed. Do you remember, were you still in touch with Lauren when this stuff happened to her mom?
No, we had broken up a couple years before, at least. Maybe longer, I'm not sure. And I believe I reached out just to send my regards, and maybe saw her a couple times, and but that was it.
Okay. Do you remember how you found out about it?
I remember I was at work, and I believe she had actually told me that she had come into where I was working at a restaurant, and she had told me that what had happened.
What restaurant was that? Do you remember?
It was a restaurant called Black's.
Okay.
In Bethesda.
Okay. Let me see. So you guys were just kind of cordial at the time, but you weren't really close. It's not like you guys kept touch that much.
Correct.
Okay. When you guys were dating, how close were you with the family? Like, did you spend a lot of time at their house, or did you know them real well?
I knew the family. I, definitely spent time. She spent time at my house. I've spent time at her house. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
So how were you close with her parents?
I mean, I wouldn't say close with them. I don't know how much, I don't know.
So from the crime scene, we have DNA from the person who was there when Leslie died. So there's Leslie's blood all over the place, obviously, but then there's also another DNA profile that was picked up from the crime scene. And we had put that into CODIS, our database from the National CODIS DNA Index System, and it has never hit. So whoever was there, whoever's DNA was also on the scene, has never been arrested. And that's why we were going through doing all these elimination DNA samples to find out, okay, well, this person couldn't have done it because we matched their DNA to it. So we realized that they never talked to you, never did anything, and we wanted to find out more about you and if there was any kind of situation where you could have been at the house at that time.
I'm a little confused. So to find out more and talk to me, why not just call me and ask me to come in and talk to me versus have marshals come and arrest me and bring me in? I'm just confused as to why that's the case.
Well, because we needed to talk to you in a controlled environment, and because there's a little bit more to it than what we've told you so far.
Could you tell me?
Well, we're getting there. I'm trying to give you an opportunity to be a little bit forthcoming before we...
I mean, I feel a little bit trapped here, like...
Well, you're under arrest, so you should feel trapped. Okay?
Right, and so I think, I mean, probably asking for a lawyer is my best course of action at this point.
Okay.
Instead of doing any more discussing or talking about it, it just doesn't seem... I don't understand, so I'd like to have somebody...
Well, that's why we're trying to talk to you about it.
I know.
But we can't...
And there's two of you and one of me, so
Sure.
I feel a little outnumbered, and I probably would need some type of representation if I am under arrest, as you said, which I am.
Yeah, okay.
And so I think that having a lawyer would be the best for me in my interest at this point.
That's totally fine. And we don't have to ask you any more questions, but we are going to just tell you some stuff.
Okay.
Okay? So from the crime scene, the DNA that was taken, we actually have a sample of your DNA, and it was compared to the crime scene DNA, and it matched. So we know that you were there at the time when Leslie died.
But I never gave a sample of DNA.
That's correct. We obtained a sample from a discarded water bottle that you drank out of. So you were followed, and we collected it after you discarded it into the trash, and it was swabbed and it was compared. So your DNA matches the crime scene DNA.
I don't know what to say. I have no recollection. I have no memory. I don't know what to say.
Okay, well, that's why we wanted to talk to you, to find out if there's any other explanation. But we can't ask you any more questions if you want a lawyer present.
Yeah, I think I should have a lawyer present. I don't know what to do or say. It doesn't make sense to me, so I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Do you have a lawyer that you...
No.
Okay.
I don't have to call. I don't know. I probably would call my girlfriend and ask her to help find somebody. I don't know.
We wanted to try to see if there was another angle or another side to this story, and
I mean,
we know
why
that...
would my DNA be there?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
So, I don't know. I don't know, I mean, I was in the house, but it was years before,
Correct.
When I dated her.
Correct.
I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I don't know. I don't understand. This is all very bewildering, very strange. Is there more that you're going to tell me? Is there more?
I mean, we've told you plenty. We can't continue to ask you questions.
If you want to keep talking, we can. But if you want to stop, you have to let us know for sure.
Yeah.
We can tell you more about, what we think happened.
I mean, what you think happened, I don't know. I can't verify. I don't know. I don't recall. I don't have any memory. I didn't do anything that you're talking about, so I don't know. And I don't feel like I can... I don't know how to answer and go into. I don't want to try incriminate myself with questions. You guys are professionals. I'm not. I don't know. I really do think I need an attorney. I need to use the phone and I need to call someone and I need legal representation before I respond to anything else.
Okay, that's fine. We're not going to ask you any more questions. There's no tears coming out of your face.
I'm very dry right now.
You're dry?
I'm very dry. I'm parched. I'm dehydrated. You can probably see my eyes are bloodshot red because I'm just tired and drained. I don't know what's going on. You want me to drink water so I can tear? Like,
no, I don't want you to tear. I don't want you to tear. I just don't want you to tear.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just trying to say that this seems a little put on.
Are you kidding me?
I am Detective Agustin. This is Detective DuPoy from Montgomery County.
Oh my God, you're so full of it.
I'm sure you're wondering what this is all about.
I'd
really like to know. This has been really hard. What is just happening?
Well, we're
Your
going
eyes,
to
it's
go through all of
guilty
that
of
with you.
innocent.
Detectives then read Eugene his rights
your
as
DNA
he says and
was in the crime
acts
scene.
like he
That's
has
why,
no idea what this
there's
is
a
about.
reason.
There's just
Do you recall back
there's
in
due process, right?
2021?
Due process. So you're saying that? So you're saying I'm guilty before I've even been put into a court of law,
I'm saying
or
that there's probable cause
legal,
to
or
believe that you went to BCC with her daughter.
I think what you were
died.
saying was
And what was
the
your
contrary to
relationship
that.
with
So okay,
the daughter?
but I don't remember.
David.
I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
No,
When
I don't
did you
know.
guys
What we're
meet?
trying to figure out is how your blood was at the
Exact
scene
dates,
that
I'm
day.
not.
If there's an
entirely
alternate
sure.
explanation, that's why we wanted
Were
to
you
talk
in
to you
high
today.
school,
Okay.
or was it after
So I
high
feel
school?
like
Yeah, it was
you
high
just need to
school.
take a breath for a second. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not.
That's
I'm
what
not
we're trying to figure out.
exactly sure. Maybe like
Why is your blood there?
1994 to 1997.
Could it have been, you know,
or something around there.
Okay.
an interrupted burglary?
And
Did something happen
from your dates of
where
birth, I can see you're
you didn't
a little
expect
bit
anybody
younger
to
than
be at
Lauren.
home?
So was she already graduated from high school, or were you guys both still in high school when you guys were dating?
We were both in high school.
Again,
she had finished high school.
You're asking me questions. I don't know.
I'm not
and
asking
I
you a
asked
question.
you did. You just
dated
asked
for
me a
few
question,
months
and I
while
asked
she
for
was
legal
in
representation, and
college,
you guys are
but,
very smug looking at me like I'm.
Like
I've done something, and of course it's innocent until proven guilty, right? Am I wrong or am I right?
You are entitled to your due process, absolutely.
This is
I
insane.
live
This is insane. I don't. I really
with
don't know what
my,
else to say other than please allow
my
me
mother
to. You
in
Sure.
you
Okay.
read
Do you
it to me,
remember the
right?
address or
That
Yep.
I am
what street or
allowed
anything?
legal representation.
Absolutely.
This would be the
Okay.
best thing for me to do right now.
And you're
I don't
not going to ask
understand.
any more
Your mother, were you
questions?
parents separated?
You
Yeah.
said you
Okay.
wanted to know
Where did
more,
your
so
dad
we were
live?
telling you more.
He lived in.
I'm sorry. I'm really on edge and
Chevy
I can
Chase.
see.
upset and
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you
Okay.
know the street?
You would like legal
Yeah,
representation? That's
Brookside
absolutely
Drive.
your right.
Yeah.
We will not
Yeah.
ask you any more questions, all right?
And
How do I go
so
about doing
you
this?
and
What's the-
Lauren had dated
to you.
well
They're
before
gonna
her
walk you
back
back
over to
was killed.
processing.
Do you remember,
and once they are done, I don't know if
like,
they've
were you
done
still in touch with
fingerprints and all
Lauren
that stuff
when
with you
this
yet,
stuff
once they're done with
happened
all that,
to her mom?
and you meet with, I think in
no, we
DC, you're
had
gonna still
broken
meet
up
with a
a couple
commissioner and
years
be charged
before,
with this paperwork
at
for this,
least,
or be served with it,
maybe
and then
longer.
you'll have an opportunity to make whatever phone calls you need to make.
Okay.
Detectives were able to match Eugene to this DNA through a familial database. They entered the DNA, they got a hit to a distant relative of his in Romania, and then they were able to trace it back to him in the United States.
You keep saying you don't remember and you don't have any recollection,
Well,
but if somebody was
I mean,
not involved, it would be an adamant, I didn't do this.
I didn't do it. I definitely didn't do it. Like, this is absolutely, this is, you know, I've been an alcoholic in recovery for years now. I've been sober for years. And there are many, many times in which earlier life wasn't great. You know, abusive father, issues at, you know, but at the same time, this isn't something that I know I didn't do it. I know I wasn't involved. And I just don't understand how this has come to this.